All right, today we'll start about the component called Apache Hive, Apache Hoozy. Apache Hoozy is a workflow scheduler system to manage your Hadoop jobs. Okay, so when you compare Hadoop ecosystem component, so we have SDFS for storage and Yarn for resource management. And apart from that, we have different components to handle different storage related uh, storage related capabilities and also for processing related. So we use MapReduce for data processing. Okay, so if you the problem or maybe the way MapReduce works is you have to work in terms of key value pairs, right? So you cannot actually represent or maybe you cannot think as your data is available in a tabular format. So all you know is basically you will get a individual records in a map task. So you need to process the task and process the individual record and pass it to the reducer to do the aggregation. So that's what we do in MapReduce. And then we have if you want to do any interactive analysis or a kind of ad hoc queries to run, then and also if you have a structured data where you can actually represent the structured data in terms of tables, and if you want to do analysis, then the Apache Hive component is used, where you can write a SQL-like queries, which is IQL here. And then we saw about the other components. Say example, if you have your data which is sitting on this databases, like say DBMS. Okay, so if we can think of as you have a customer data, customer or product or etc. You will have different types of data in your relational database, and if you want to bring that relational data to the Hadoop system, okay, so we use components called Scoop, so which is a kind of a import and export tool for your Hadoop system. And then we saw another component called Flume, which is also basically a kind of interface or middleware which can bring the external source system data into the Hadoop. Okay, so we can actually put it into, you can take the data from so if so this can be taken from any external system. So I will start one part is maybe I can tell can be a different type of source data. Okay, so if you have a different type of source data, like one can be files, the your data in a files. Okay, so some your some it can be a sales data. I'll just put think of as your sale data is available in terms of file. Okay, and this can be any other data. Okay, so if you have some other data in different format, okay, so all this data you can bring into the Hadoop system using a Flume. Okay, so we saw that we can write a scoop command and we can write a SQL queries to do analysis or IQL queries, and we can do map reduce job. And so there are other few um, Hadoop components which is for different purpose. If you want to automate these Hadoop jobs uh, um, in a your cluster, if you want to automate those in your cluster, so we need actually some kind of scheduler. Okay, so if you want to run there is a set of IQL statement which I put it on a script. Okay, so basically you can whatever we saw in Hive, right? We generally take a query and type it in our Hive CLI. So what we can do is we can put set of IQL query in a file called .hql, and you can run that queries. So using a Hive CLI command, so it will just go and run that entire query in your Hive CLI and process the data. So if you have a set of IQL queries in Hive script, so you can take the TypeScript if you want to run it for every day at maybe 11 a.m., 11 p.m. or 12 p.m. in the night to generate the reports. So that has to be scheduled, right? So we need a scheduler system. So basically, in Hadoop, what is Hadoop cluster? It's basically a, um, a group of nodes. So if you look at each node, it's basically a server, right? Basically, it hosts the operating system. Like most of the Hadoop cluster are built on the Linux operating system. So each operating system comes with some scheduler. So in Linux, there is a scheduler name called cron. The name call it as cron tab. Okay, so cron tab is basically one of the utility in Linux. Okay, it's meant for scheduling your Linux commands and jobs. Okay, so anything which you can any job which you can run on terminal, that can be scheduled using cron jobs. Okay, as you can represent as a cron jobs and schedule in a cron tab. Okay, that is one utility which comes in the Linux operating system. So if you think in a Windows system, you can have a task scheduler. There is a utility called task scheduler in Windows. So this is the default scheduler in Windows machine. Similarly, so you can basically you can just, if you have a set of programs you want to for regular interval, you can go and schedule your create a task and you can schedule it. So this is available in Windows. Similarly, in Linux also we have a cron tab. Okay, I think cron, if I need. So there is I don't know what is the command to. Command to open the cron tab. I think I have to install, I guess. Okay, maybe I have to install in this. So generally it comes default. And generally to edit cron tab, this is the command cron tab hyphen. Okay, so if this meeting closed, please use the same link to join it again. Yeah, maybe this is okay. So it is opening in a nano editor. So you can actually schedule your jobs. Okay, I think already there. So cron tab space hyphen e if you give, it will open a file. Here you can just go and specify your job information, and where you can actually specify when it has to the frequency you can define, and followed by uh, the command which using that you can actually start your job. Okay, so if you want to more about cron tab, there is a uh, this. So basically, so there is a 5 star which he mentioned in the uh, file, right? So there is a initially you need to specify some a 5 information with a space separator. Each star or value which you provide on that position is referred like this. So if you say 5 space 4 space star star star, so what it's like every day at 4 a.m. it is going to start your job which you or whatever the job you specify it is going to run. So each star what is meant for it is provided here. So first is basically minutes and hour, and it's basically a day of a month, and this is a month number, and day of a week. So this similarly can schedule it. So this is the out of box scheduler which is available in Linux. Okay, so we can use this as well, but the only problem which you get on cron tab is you will not have like if you want to say example you schedule a map reduce job, right? So you can just go to this file, and you can specify the interval as per this you can define like when you want to run this job, and then followed by you can provide that the yarn command to run your job. So all this information, so it is going to run at a specific time, it is going to run your map reduce job. Say example, if your job is failed, okay, if you want to retry, if you want to rerun it again, so that type of facility is not available in a cron. Cron is just more of a raw scheduler. You can just specify the time where you want to run the job, and it will go and run it. So that's why people has come up with a scheduler, which is Apache Woozy, um, where you can actually schedule your jobs. Okay, so it can actually you can retry if there is there any failure, and you can send notification if the job is success or failure, that information, and you can also specify um, some SLAs. Say example, if my job is you say example every day 12 o'clock I'm running my job. Okay, so if it is a very complex I queries I'm running, okay, say example it takes 3 hours to complete that query. Okay, so so every day at 12 o'clock I'm running, so it will run for at least a maximum of 3 hours. So my report should be available at 3 p.m. If my job is not completing at 3 p.m., then my job has to be stopped. Okay, so it has to stop. So those kind of SLAs we can define. So there are many um features available in Woozy. And what you do in the Woozy is basically you actually schedule your job using a configuration files. Okay, those configurations file are XML files. So if you want to create a workflow, you can create a XML file, and you define your job information. The Woozy scheduler, if you submit to the Woozy scheduler, it will just take your information and it will run your job. So that's a high level about Apache Woozy. Okay, now we'll go one by one. Okay, so Woozy Woozy is a workflow trail is fine. So in Woozy, you have three main broad category. Okay, One is Oozie Workflow. Okay, so there's something called Workflow, which is a DAG of actions. DAG is nothing but directed acyclic graph of actions. Action is nothing but you can think of as a particular module. It's kind of module which can run your specific jobs. Okay, say example, if I want a Hive job, I can create a Hive action. Okay, there will be a so as I mentioned, all the configuration in who's easy basically XML file, right? So this is my one of my okay. This, I will go to okay. So this is a very simple workflow which is going to run my MapReduce job. Okay. So if you think this is a starting tag of your workflow. Okay. So you can mention that this is my workflow.xml. Just you can just give the extension. This you have to give the extension as XML. I hope people have knowledge on XML. So XML is another file format where your informations are defined in terms of tags. Okay, so I hope people are know it. If anybody knows, please let me know so I can explain. So basically, it's like markup language. Okay, so it will be represented in terms of tags. Okay, so this is the root tag for your XML file. So which defines your workflow application, right? So whatever I'm showing is basically workflow. How do you configure your workflow? Workflow is nothing but a set of actions. Each action is meant for do certain activities. Say this is going to be this example is going to run a simple MapReduce program. So we have a word count program, right? If you want to schedule that word count program in Oozie scheduler, so how do you do that? That's this example. So you have a in workflow, you need to have a first tag as a workflow app tag, then followed by start tag. Okay, so start tag nothing but which tag we need to start it. Okay, so because workflow can have n number of actions, right? So which action we need to start first, that you can specify in the start tag. So there is a start and there is a property called to, which says start a word count. Okay, so if you come here, there is a tag which says action and its name is word count. So from start it is going to start this action. Okay, so in so every action tag which will have its own job information to start. Okay, so this is the to start a MapReduce job. So you have a MapReduce tag. So if you have a Hive job, if you want to run, then you will have a Hive tag. So then if you want to run a scoop, then scoop tag will be there. Okay, and similarly there are other if you want to run other um, Hadoop related jobs. If you want to run a pig, then you will have pig a tag to run your pig script. Okay, so now so then you will have a MapReduce information to be provided here. Okay, I think the only 1 minute left. Just I'll just close it, and please join immediately with the same link. We can continue in that. Okay, thank you.